Name one major franchise that's age appropriate, of course, that hasn't been adapted into a LEGO game. Some answers might pop into your heads, but the one that I think of is 100% Disney. And no, I'm not talking about Marvel or Star Wars, as yes, they are Disney owned properties, but they're not really Disney or Pixar. According to leaks, there was going to be a LEGO Disney game to commemorate the 100th anniversary, but for some odd reason, it was scrapped and never came to be. Who knows what TT Games are working on at the moment, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be good. But in the meantime, let me explain how I would make a LEGO Disney game. Levels. The way I see it, the story could go one of two ways. I would want this game to be significantly big, gathering together 20 to 30 famous Disney Pixar properties. So here's how it could work. Option 1 would be that each property would get their own level. Come to think of it, this game could be a cross between LEGO Dimensions and Disney Infinity, two of my favorite games of all time, might I add, except without all the Toys to Life elements. This level could cater to the franchise's movie or most popular movie if there are multiple movies in the franchise. I could see this being a cool way to do this and to get a sort of Toys to Life-esque game without having to drop, hundreds of dollars. But the second option, being overall more likely, was that there be an overarching, multiverse-hopping original story combining all of these properties together. This would be so cool, and the possibilities would be endless. How about Mickey Mouse teams up with Elsa to defeat Emperor Zurg from Toy Story? Or Mr. Incredibles goes on a pirate adventure with Jack Sparrow? You could do so much with this. The main villain would be either an all-new original villain, kind of like Lord Vortek in LEGO Dimensions, or it could be a bunch of classic Disney villains teaming up to put an end to our heroes. Either way, this game's main story missions could be a big win. Characters. This game's roster would be massive. Like I mentioned a second ago, the possibilities really are endless. I'm sure this game would include famous Disney properties like Frozen, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Snow White, Pirates of the Caribbean, Moana, and so many more. Adding all would be famous Pixar properties as well, such as Toy Story, The Incredibles, Inside Out, Monsters Inc., Cars, Finding Nemo, and even more. So many possibilities with franchises. I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but there's so much you could do. It's really dependent on how much the developers can do or get the rights for. But the sky's the limit. Free roam. This is going to be a good one because I feel like this is where the game would really shine. And like the story, there's two ways I can see the open world going. The first of which is that there would be a big, vast, fully explorable open world that is this big combination of, our 20 to 30 franchises we talked about earlier, sort of like Chronopolis from LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. A fragment of every world would be squished together for you to explore, and it wouldn't be this big hassle, to explore because everything's right next to each other. While that would be cool and probably the more likely option if this game were to come to fruition, I think I like option 2 a little bit better. This is to have a bigger fragment of each world and have them as their own separate things, like LEGO Dimensions. But then you might ask, what would be the main hub where you would view collectibles, replay missions, etc.? That, dear viewer, would be Magic Kingdom itself. That's right, a fully explorable virtual Disney world. While it would be awesome to have the other parks being Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and yeah, Hollywood Studios is my favorite park, and my favorite ride is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, I'm not against it just being Magic Kingdom. I think it would be really cool, and it would work so well. You could even ride all of the rides in the park, and you could get a gold brick for each of them, and there could be a big trophy at the end when you get all of them. I think I like this rendition of the open world a little bit better. Wrap up. They could easily make DLC for this game. Just simply put in 4 to 7 popular Disney franchises that weren't included in the main game. Or you could do the Star Wars and Marvel thing we talked about earlier. Or even a Fox pack with The Simpsons. You could do this big Marvel pack with Iron Man, Spider-Man. A big Star Wars pack with Luke Skywalker, The Mandalorian. Again, DLC. Yes, I'm saying it again. The possibilities are endless. or you could do 2 character collections, kind of like Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and it's really up to the developers. Price would be definitely $70, as most modern games are, and like I said, I'd like this one to be significantly big, so yes, $70 is probably where it'd be sitting at. I don't know when this game would come out, just as long as it's sometime in the near future. They did miss out on their opportunity to release it for the 100th anniversary, but that was all scrapped. Again, who knows what happened with that, but whatever LEGO game that comes next, I'm sure it will be fire. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk about this hypothetical game that, again, probably will never happen. Let me know what you want to see next. I've got a couple other hypothetical LEGO game scenarios that I like to do videos on. Let me know if you want to see that. If you made it this far, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.